The best decision that I ever made in real estate was stop buying single family homes like this one right here and moving into commercial real estate where there's a lot more scale. This is the first rental property that I ever bought with my partner Matt. Bought this back in 2017 or 18. Small single family house in Austin, Texas. At the time we bought it for low 100,000. Right now we have it listed on the market for 325. We've owned it for this entire time. Had one tenant in it the entire time. Done 2 cash out refinances on it over the time period that we've owned it. And this property did well for us. We bought it for that low $100,000 number, refinanced it about 6 months later, pulled our cash out, the good old Burr method. Had it rented out. Didn't do a lot of work to the property when we first bought it, so there's a ton of maintenance requests. Even at the time with an extremely low interest rate of like 3.75% or so, there was no cash flow. Even with the mortgage payment at principal and interest around like $780, still had property management, taxes, insurance, maintenance and repairs, and this thing never cash flowed, okay? So that's one thing that I learned when I first started buying these is I thought that I was gonna get cash flow on them. But these small deals, the single family houses, the 2 to 4 units, in a market like Austin, they can be good because you're gonna get some good appreciation over the time period that you own it, and you will in other great markets as well, but you're not gonna have any cash flow. And even if you do end up getting, $500 worth of cash flow a year, the moment you hire your CPA, your bookkeeper, you have 2 months worth of vacancy, 1 AC unit goes out, 1 water heater goes out, you no longer have cash flow and you're negative. So that's one thing that I learned is that these things will never cash flow if you have debt on them. It will cash flow if you buy them cash. But that's not how we buy real estate. We buy it by utilizing leverage. But these things are, they have been good to us. They've paid us a lot of money over the years, not in cash flow, but in appreciation and equity we'll capture when we sell it or refinance it. That's one thing that I learned is that these smaller deals, even a great city like Austin, you're never gonna get good management. Management company on a house like this, when it's renting out for, call it $1,300 a month, this is a small house. $1,300, managers making $91 a month. It's impossible to get the property manager to really care about this property and oversee it and really stay on pushing rents, keeping maintenance costs down for $91 a month, right? So it's hard to get good management companies. Depending on what you buy and where you buy, you may or may not have good tenants. Hard to get good contractors when you're having to try and do things as cheap as possible to save money everywhere you can because you're not making a lot of money. Won't get good debt. You're personally liable for the debt. And it's just all around not great for cash flow, efficiency, and scalability. That's the other thing, is that if you own 100 of these things like we do, it's very hard to scale those operations with the managers, the contractors, insurance, everything. Versus having one big deal, the really great management company, good loan on it, good insurance quote on it, and everything, having economies of scale on one big apartment complex, for example. So these properties are great. They took care of us, but I will never buy another single family rental again unless Tier 3 capital gets to a size where, we have $10 billion cash and we're going out and just scooping up deals at dirt cheap prices, all cash like Blackstone did. But other than that, I don't see us ever buying single family houses and renting them out, but focusing on the stuff that actually pays us, can support good debt, can support good management, can support an asset manager, can support a bookkeeper, can support a CPA, and can support asset management fees, everything involved with efficiently running a property in a good market. My advice for somebody who's currently in this situation, if you have the same goal that I did and do, which is to scale and grow and own thousands and thousands of units and a lot of real estate, is to get out of this situation as quickly as possible. If you're sitting in my shoes like I was a few years ago, I wasn't thinking big enough. I didn't think that it was necessarily possible to go out and buy big deals because we didn't have the cash. I wasn't focused on finding investors. I wasn't focused on setting up our operations around supporting bigger deals And so my advice would be to stop thinking small, start thinking bigger, and start making the transition from the small stuff you're doing to the big stuff that you're doing, or that you want to do. Because in all reality, it's the same amount of effort, actually less risk in my opinion. You'll make way more money, you'll get cash flow, you'll get appreciation, you'll get all the things that you get on the small stuff, plus more, because you won't get the cash flow on the small stuff. And you'll be able to scale much easier. We have 3 deals we bought this year. One is a shopping center in Florida. One is a RV resort right outside of Dallas. 2 that we've currently closed on. We have another one under contract, another RV park outside of Dallas. Those 3 deals took less effort than all the deals over the last 5 years. And those 3 deals will pay us more than all of the deals that we did over the last 5 years. And it'll be less effort, less headache, we'll make way more money. It was much easier to do. And so that would be my advice, is to just jump straight to that stuff and stop doing the small stuff, because if you want to scale and you want to grow, you're not going to get it doing this. So that's why this is the best decision I've ever made. This is kind of a sweet moment for me. We bought this house, first one. This is the deal that, you know, kind of made me fall in love with real estate in a practical sense of doing my first deal. Own this thing the entire time. It's taken care of us. It's what, you know, boosted me to the next levels that we've gone to. But you don't have to start here if you don't want to. Right now we got this thing listed on the market with our rock star partner and real estate agent, Doreen Sidney, picture here. And she's gonna get this thing sold for us. And so I'm really excited to have this thing sold, no longer own it. Very appreciative of the opportunity that this deal gave to me and to us and what it inspired me to do. But I'm really glad to get it sold, and I'm looking forward to selling the rest of them and only focusing on the bigger deals that pay a lot more and are much easier to manage moving forward. If you're interested in learning about what we got going on, Tier 3 Capital, and what we're buying, just go to tr3capital.com, reach out to us. We want to speak to you and see how we can help you out.